Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Cops Court and Community. I'm Darnell Leeson. If this is your first time here, guys, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, and once you do, put in the comment section below, I subscribed, and I will personally welcome you to the community. So, I've mentioned this in the past before, and it's something that we all see as we're driving along. And I can't stress enough how much it really makes my blood boil when I see this very simple task that you are required to do by law, and that is signaling. I cannot count how many times I'm driving along and I see people switching their lanes and they're failing to signal the lane change. It's required by law to signal. One, is common courtesy to do so because you're signaling or you're letting the other drivers around you know what your intentions are. It doesn't matter, and I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say in court when they're stopped and they're issued a summons for failure to signal, how many times they say in court, oh, there was no other cars around me, oh, there was nobody next to me, there was nobody behind me. Yeah, there was me. I was behind you. You failed to signal, and that's why I stopped you. So if you're thinking that, oh, just because there are no other cars on the road, you don't have to signal, that's not the case. You might be the single car on the road, nobody around you for miles and miles away. You still have to signal. Is anybody going to know that you didn't? No. But it's good to get into that habit of signaling no matter what. Now, you could be driving along and you don't signal your lane change. You could cause an accident. You can cause yourself to get hurt. You can cause the person next to you, behind you, that's coming towards you, can cause them to get hurt because you forgot to signal that one little basic thing that takes no time and no effort whatsoever. Hit that little lever, up to go right, down to go left. Signal your lane change, guys. I can't stress it enough. In the state of New York, you failing to signal your lane change is a moving violation. So what does that mean? That means you're going to get points on your license for failure to signal. Now, depending on, and I always say this, depending on what jurisdiction you're in, that minimum fine could be $138. 2 seconds to signal, $138 fine, plus points on your license. What would you rather do? I'd rather signal my lane change because, one, I want to make it safe for me. I want to make it safe for you. I want to make it safe for everybody that's around me. Bottom line. So signal those lane changes. Simple. And here's something to think about for all of you who think that you're going to go to court and provide a little receipt, from, your local auto parts store, or maybe you have a friend that has a repair shop and you just provide a receipt saying that the bulb was out. I can guarantee you that that's not going to work. Well, let me not say guarantee. I'd say 9 times out of 10, you know what? I'm going to be bold and say it. 10 times out of 10, I'm guaranteeing you that's not going to work. Because, one, the officer is going to check to make sure that those signals are working. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to court and the person has, presented that receipt and, it's for a bulb or, it's from their local repair shop. Listen, if I pull you over for failure to signal, I'm checking them. Front, back, left, and right. So when myself or another officer goes to court, you better believe they're going to testify that they checked those signals and that they were working. So now what does that do? It ruins your credibility because you're just ultimately telling the governing body of that court, whether it's a judge or whomever is hearing that case, you're just telling them that, hey, I'm lying to you right now. The officer's gonna check. So don't think that you're gonna go provide a receipt and they just gonna dismiss the case. Not gonna happen. But I can tell you, if that officer failed to check those signals and he wrote you the summons anyway, yeah, there's a very good chance that that summons is going to be dismissed, because that judge is going to ask the officer, did you check the signals before you wrote the summons? And if that officer testifies, you know what, Your Honor, no, I did not check, then yes, that summons is going to get dismissed. But I'm telling you guys, most officers, if not all, if they're taking the time to pull you over for your failure to signal, they're going to check to make sure that those signals are working. So please, signal your lane change. It only takes 2 seconds. That's all you have to do. Well, that's it, guys. I just wanted to jump on and rant a little bit about this signal issue. As I'm driving home, that's all I'm seeing is cars switching lanes without signaling, and it's a problem. And it really, one point I forgot, this can be considered aggressive driving. So think about that. All right, guys, appreciate you watching. Make sure you leave me some comments below. Tell me, how many cars do you see on any given day switching lanes, and the operator of that motor vehicle, they're not signaling? Put that in the comment section below. Also, tell me if you signal each and every time when you change lanes. Put that in the comment section below, guys. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. If you're driving along and an approaching emergency vehicle, police, fire, ambulance, if that emergency vehicle is approaching you from the rear and you switch lanes without signaling, that's justification. If you're driving along and there's a big pothole in the middle of the roadway and you swerve to get out of the way of that pothole, that's justification. If you're driving along and there's a pile of debris in the roadway, let's say a mattress, and you swerve out of the way and you don't signal, that's justification. So there are certain justifications for you as you're driving along and you fail to signal your lane change.